Welcome to the Yellowjackets Hive, presented by CordCutting.com. I'm Media Melanie, here with...
And I'm Emily.
And we are back with another exclusive episode, this time covering everything we know about Yellowjackets Season 3 so far. But before we dive in, it's funny, we actually recorded this episode yesterday, and then we got some big news. The SAG-AFTRA strike is now over. It's very exciting news. Very exciting news. So now we're re-recording because we had a lot of strike content in the last video. But what cause for celebration, Emily? Like, how did you feel when you saw this news?
I was elated. I mean, not just for the fact that it's over, but they clearly got a really good deal. I was watching the news this morning and they said that the deal equals out to over $1 billion, and it increases the caps on like health insurance for people and things like that, things that they were really after. So I'm really happy that they got what they wanted because it was a long fight.
It was 118 days, and they've now agreed to a new 3-year contract between the studios and SAG-AFTRA, which is highly exciting. They also worked in some sort of streaming revenue share, which is something that they were fighting very hard for. So this news is exciting, of course, because as we know, the WGA strike has already wrapped up. Lyle had tweeted, they had exactly 1 day in the Yellowjackets Season 3 writer's room. It was amazing. And then that they were going to get back to it once they got a deal. Well, WGA got a deal. The Yellowjackets writers' room back in session. And she had also tweeted that they celebrated at the Magic Castle in LA after their first day. That is exciting to see some happy news in Yellowjackets. And now that they're writing, now we have hopes of it getting back in production. And what is your best guess now that the strike has resolved of when we will actually see Season 3 on our screens?
I'm still going to go with what I said initially, and I think it's going to be the end of 2024. I think it'll be like November of 2024, just because I mean, they've been writing for what, a month now, maybe? They might have I think it took them 3 months to write season 2. So they have about 2 months left of that. But to get all the other moving parts in place with like the casting and the scheduling for everyone and figuring all that out and all the different locations that they go to, since they're in Canada, there's so many moving parts to an ensemble show like this that it could be a little bit until actual filming gets put back into place. So I'm going to go with November of 2024.
Okay, I think that's fair. For me, I'm going to go a little further out. I'm going to go early 2025. I'm thinking February, just a guess.
Okay.
Throwing it out there. But either way, the hope that we will be back is very exciting. And as we know, and we covered in a previous episode, Ashley Lyle confirmed we are getting a bonus episode in between seasons. So we are in between seasons. They are doing some writing. If they need more production on this bonus episode, now they can do it.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. We were thinking that this episode is contingent on them still needing to wrap up some things in production that they couldn't do with the strike being in place. And now that the strike is finally lifted, maybe the bonus episode will be like their first priority and we'll get it. I'm not going to say Christmas, but maybe we'll get it like in the first quarter of 2024.
Oh, that would be so great. Of course, we suspect the bonus episode covers the Cabin Daddy origin story. We believe that Jason Ritter, of course, Melanie Linsky's husband, is somehow involved in the Cabin Daddy verse, whether or not he's flashing back to Cabin Daddy or he's Cabin Granddaddy or somebody within the Cabin Daddy world. We did interview Cabin Daddy himself, William C. Vaughn. So be sure to check out that interview if you have not already.
And given like what we see him wearing in those pictures too, that jacket that we see him in, it looks exactly like the jacket that Travis wears in the teen timeline. We see Lottie wear it as well. So I feel like it's the perfect setup for some kind of an origin story.
In terms of everything we know about Season 3, let's talk about when we actually got the news that we were getting a Season 3.
This Instagram post was posted on December 15th of 2022. So this was only a couple days after we got our first taste of Season 2. They released the news that we were getting a Season 3. And I was so excited. I mean, I remember when they released the news that we were getting a season 2, like, back when season 1 was still filming, or still airing, I mean, on TV, and I was so excited. I don't think I've ever been that excited for news that a show that I watched was getting renewed.
We have not yet heard about season 4. You know
Oh,
that they have a 5-season plan, so I suspect maybe we'll get some season 4 renewal news, perhaps sometime in early 2024, but
I think
I
so.
suspect we'll hear at some point sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and we're getting a season 4. It's happening. I mean, season 3 is being written and gonna be filmed, so there is a season 4 coming. We know it.
We've not seen any sort of trailer or teaser yet for season
Mm-mm.
3. Of course, can't
Exactly.
wait for a teaser, a trailer. Remember the time we all sat and watched that Yule log waiting for something to happen or the candle burning?
Yes, the candle. It was
The
for, like,
candle,
a
yeah.
good 45 minutes too. They have a dedicated fan base knowing that we would sit there for that long.
Very smart with their marketing. We've already
Mhm.
heard from Karyn Kusama and Emily. What did Karyn share about expectations for season 3 storylines?
So Karin said in an interview, I've been so excited by this. The concept of that immediate aftermath of re-entry into the world, to me, there's a whole season worth of material there. And the fact that there is such a long game that each of these characters is facing in terms of reorienting themselves to whatever normalcy is supposed to be. I'm sure we're going to learn that their normal is a lot different than our normal. There's a lot that needs to be figured out between season 2 and season 3, which to me kind of indicates that there's a good chance that one of these seasons might just be like them reintegrating into society after they're rescued, which I would love if they concluded with the wilderness storyline and then the last remaining season was just them and what happens to them right after they're back, and that process of becoming normal, if you will, again, if that's possible for them.
And then, we get these particular glimpses of the 1998
Mhm.
timeline post rescue, a lot of Lottie content. She was ended after that, spent a lot of time in Switzerland. We see Misty wearing her hat. We see Ty in the background there. And Natalie, too, there's a picture of her. And you had commented on her roots, right?
Yeah, yeah, you can tell in the picture her hair is it's pretty long and it looks like it's half brown, half blonde. At least to me it looked like that. And you could see Shauna as well in that scene where you see Natalie. The flashes of them are just so fast in that sequence. It's so hard to like capture stills of them.
That's right. But I do think it's safe to say, after Karin commented on it, we're definitely getting some 1998 content in season 3.
Yeah.
And to your point, maybe beyond. Maybe we get the entire post
Yeah.
rescue season for like season 4. We will see.
Like, I know she's a producer, but I really hope that she comes back and she directs more episodes because every episode that she's directed has just been phenomenal.
We've heard a couple of things in past interviews from the cast about what we can expect for certain characters in season 3. And Taissa is one of those characters. What did Tawny Cypress have to say?
So this was an interview, and the beginning of the quote is referring to the man with no eyes directly. She says, he's not going to figure a lot in season 2. In fact, Taissa's whole story doesn't figure a lot in season 2. You're going to have to wait until at least season 3 to get some real answers on what's going on with her. But there's plenty of fun shenanigans to be had between this season, between the girls. But yeah, the man with no eyes, he's a mystery to all of us at this point. And he really is still very much a mystery at this point.
One
We
of the
don't
biggest mysteries.
Yeah, we really were not given much more context in season 2, and she said other things that kind of indicate that we're gonna get answers in regards to Sammy, in regards to Simone, in regards to her being a senator. Like, those storylines are not all just gonna be dropped. They will be refocused, and we will get the answers that we want, because I want answers for Thais's storyline.
Yes, there was so much left unresolved and up in the air in
Yeah,
season 2. She disappeared on the road with
yeah,
Van. She went to Lottie's compound. She left her literal wife being unconscious in a hospital bed. Who knows where
yep.
Sammy is? Let's not even mention Steve. Like who even knows about Steve at this point? So a lot of things left up in the air, and it will be good to get
Yeah.
some resolution. And speaking of the man with no eyes, now that the strike is over, we can get our interview with the
Mhm.
gentleman who played the man with no eyes in season 2. We have that to look forward to, which will be great. That was
Yeah,
a
I'm
recast
excited.
role. That was one that was recast from season
Yeah.
1 to season 2. that will be a lot of fun. And season 2 ended with some cliffhangers. So it's also interesting to speculate on exactly where season 3 will pick up. Will time have elapsed? Will it pick up right where they left off? In the teen timeline, they have no shelter. So that's a whole situation.
I'm really hoping in the teen timeline that they show us right after the cabin burns down, like their immediate actions, because those actions are so crucial in those first like few moments after the crisis happened. And it'll be interesting to see who springs into action and who is like solving the problem. I'm really curious to see that. And I
Oh,
hope that they show us.
we haven't heard any casting news yet for season
No.
3. However, I would imagine they will maybe drop some nuggets in between seasons. Of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
we got the Lauren Ambrose as adult Van casting news before season 3 aired. So who knows? Maybe we'll have another Survivor reveal. I would hope that they surprise us, especially if it's a big one like Coach Ben. Like we've talked
Mhm.
about, I am kind of convinced Coach Ben was the one who sent the postcards. He's still out there, and
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that
Yeah.
reveal in the present day. So, ugh.
Do you think if it is Coach Ben that they'll just age Steven Kruger, or they will use an older actor?
It's a really good question. I lean
Yeah.
towards aging. I think they've come such a
Yeah.
long way with prosthetics, and their special effects team is fantastic. All
Yeah.
makeup, everything. I lean towards aging, but you never know.
I kinda hope it's aging.
Yeah,
I would
I
love to
think they
see
could pull it
him.
off.
Yeah, I would love to
Same.
see Steven Kruger as an older Ben too.
There's also been speculation, will Walter be back for season 3 or not? I imagine we have to see him in some capacity, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, he wrapped up their Adam situation in a nice little bow, but there's still storyline in regards to what could happen between Misty and Walter. And I really hope that they explore that. I want to see Misty get her happy ending in the sense that she finds her true love.
Right. I'd love to see a happy ending for them as well. Although it is Misty we're talking about, so I
Yeah.
could also see her killing Walter. Don't
Yeah,
put
that
that
too.
out of the realm of possibility. But it would be nice
That
to get
too.
Elijah Wood back to figure
He
out
was so
the
great.
fallout. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
he was so good. I love Walter Tattersall. Love him.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now, the Emmys were one thing that were postponed. And we do
Yeah,
know for season 2 that Yellowjackets did get some Emmy nominations. So this is another
they
thing to look
did.
forward to. And now I suspect the Emmys should be airing in January when it was rescheduled for, right?
Yeah, yeah. I would assume now since the strike's over that we don't have anything to worry about it being postponed again, which
That's
I'm
right.
so happy. I love the Emmys.
Yay! And tell
Yeah,
us what Yellowjackets is up for.
so they were nominated for Outstanding Drama Series as a whole, which they are in just such a category with shows that are just so good. Like The Last of Us and Succession. I've watched both. Both are great. I mean, Yellow Jackets obviously takes the cake for me, but the shows in this category, it's got some
Stiff
stiff
competition.
competition. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
it
And then it
does.
was also nominated for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series with Melanie Linsky, and this is the second year that she was nominated for this category. And last year she didn't win, but she did win the Critics' Choice Award for that role, which was awesome to see her win. I loved her acceptance speech. It was so cute.
Oh, it was cute. She thanked her nanny. I
Yeah.
absolutely loved that. I do think, however, that Sophie Nélisse was robbed. I would have
Yeah.
liked to have seen her earn a nomination for all of her amazing work from season 2 between
Yes.
birthing the baby and the whole Jackie situation. I
Yeah.
mean, beating Lottie up. Sophie Nélisse's range was
Yeah.
just so dynamic and
Yeah.
robbery,
She was
complete
given
robbery.
some meaty material this season and she just killed it. She really did.
Yes. And then we have Yellowjackets up for casting.
Yes, outstanding casting for a drama series, which I feel like if it's going to win for any of them, this is going to be the one it's going to take home.
I mean, look at those side by sides.
Yeah,
Could they have done any better of a job? The answer is
I
no.
know.
They crushed it.
Looking at Sammy Hamrati and Christina Ricci next to each other, they look like they could be sisters, straight up sisters.
Oh, so good. I hope they win it for
Yeah,
casting. I hope they win for something because it's
yeah,
well deserved. Such an incredible series. I still think they should
Yeah.
have won for season 1 as well, but
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
we'll take whatever Emmys we can get. Something to look
Absolutely.
forward to. We actually are doing a companion article to this video on cord cutting. We are going to continue updating it as we learn more things about season
Mhm.
3. We encourage you to bookmark our Hive Hub page. It is at cordcutting.com/yellowjackets-hive. Be sure to buzz in so that way you can check out
Yeah.
our articles, exclusive videos just like this. We've got lots of fun content coming, and now we can get interviews going again now that the strike's
Yes.
over. So it's very exciting news for the Hive.
It is. It really is. A lot more fun too.
Sure does. We love it.
All right. So until we spill again.